Hi everybody, and welcome back to the Mindful Dancers channel. My name is Karen, and today is going to be a myofascial release of the foot and calf. So you're going to need props for this practice. You're going to need one block, a lacrosse ball, a tennis ball, a golf ball, whatever feels comfortable to you here. You're also going to need what's called a peanut. So a peanut is just two balls connected here, and you can make your own at home using two tennis balls with a long sock. You just put the two tennis balls in the long sock, wrap it up, and you got your own little peanut. And then lastly, you're just going to need a foam roller. We're in for a really yummy session today, so put on some comfy clothes and let's go ahead and get started. Get started by rolling out the feet. And also, if you are dancers, I hope you had a really good recital season and you're in for an awesome treat today. So what you're going to do is you're going to grab your lacrosse ball. I actually have a lacrosse ball right here. It's kind of like a medium size and a little bit on the hard side. But if you are new to myofascial releases and rolling things out, you can also use a soft tennis ball. Or if you're like me, if you've been rolling for years, I have like what's called a rubs ball. And it's a little bit on the spiky side because I actually like to feel, the muscles start to release. And you're just going to set whatever ball you have down. And we're just going to start by rolling out in the middle of the foot here. So we're just going to start by rolling back and forth. And what we are rolling out is called the plantar fascia. And the plantar fascia is located on the sole of the foot. So if this is my foot here, it attaches from the heel. Then it runs upward, and then it creates a little bit of a fan, okay? So it fans out and it divides into slips that attach to the sheaths of the flexor tendon of the toes. So what we're doing here is we're just releasing some tension here. All right, and when we're rolling out today, we're really going to utilize our breath. So if you come across any tension spots, I invite you to take a deep breath in, deep exhale, and that's going to allow the muscles and the fascia to release any tightness or any tension that you may have been carrying in the body for a long time. All right, so once you feel like the middle of your foot has been released, we're going to move into the inside of the foot. That's going to be the arch, and you're just going to roll along the inside here. I'm just taking this moment here to utilize your breath. And if you feel like you're like, whoa, I'm starting to fall off balance, you're welcome to hold on to a wall here, and you can just use the wall as like a little bit more support to hold yourself up on. Good, so if you have just completed recital season, and you've been on your feet all day, dancing your feet off, or even if you're a teacher, you've been running around all day, running on your feet all day, this is going to be a good one for you as well. So we're just going to take a couple more breaths here. And then we're just going to get to the outside edge here of the foot. So we're just going to roll back and forth here. Good, just taking a few breaths here. Good. Good. So once we've rolled everything out, we're gonna place the ball kind of at the center of your foot. So kind of where the ball of the foot is. You're just gonna place your foot there, and then you're gonna allow the toes to just relax and curl over the ball. Now you're gonna take the left foot, step it forward slightly, and then just shift your weight forward slightly. I'll turn to the side so you guys can see me. So we're just gonna shift forward slightly. Ooh, I feel this one here. You wanna keep your core nice and engaged as well, even though this is just like a roll out and release. You do wanna make sure that you keep everything nice and engaged as we're releasing our tension here. Take a couple more deep breaths here. Go ahead and release. And just take a moment to just stand here in a mountain pose, parallel position. Just notice how that feels. Just notice how the right foot feels compared to the left. And then we're gonna go ahead and go to that left side. So we'll just start out by rolling the middle of our foot, just rolling back and forth here. Good. And if you're doing this on your own, I recommend you, whenever you're doing some type of rolling, I recommend you roll out for at least maybe 30 to 90 seconds here, just to roll out any tension here. Good, and once you feel like that's pretty good, go ahead and move your ball to the arch of your foot and just start to roll back and forth here. I'm so happy to be back on the channel here. I just completed my dance recital as well. I am a dance teacher at a local studio, so we just completed our recital and I'm very happy about that. So let's go ahead and go to the outside edge of the foot and just roll out here. Once you feel like you've completed everything you need to, we're going to find the middle of our foot. That's where the ball is going to go. And then just allow the toes to soften and curl over. I'll go ahead and roll, face the side here. Step that right foot slightly forward, and then take your weight slightly forward as well. If you're starting to feel a little bit of intensity here, take a few deep breaths. You're gonna feel a little bit of some discomfort, but we don't want pain. So if at any point you start to feel any type of pain, I want you to stop what you're doing. All right, shake it out for a bit. Good, feeling pretty good here. So before we move down into the calves, go ahead and take a moment to stand here in your mountain pose or parallel position. Just notice how the feet are feeling. We've just lengthened out the bottoms of our feet, so just take a deep inhale in. And deep exhale out. All right, guys, let's go ahead and we're gonna come into a seat. All right, so once we're seated here, we're gonna go ahead and go into the calves. So if you're feeling any type of foot pain, there is a good possibility that your calves might be feeling tight because everything is connected in the body. So we're just gonna start warming up the calves by just grabbing our foam roller here. Move the block out of the way here. And you're just gonna set your calf down here. We'll start with the right side. And then you're just gonna lift your hips up and just roll back and forth. Just rolling out here. Good, from the meaty part of the calf, that's the gastrocnemius, the soleus, and then going down a little bit towards the Achilles. All right, feeling pretty good. Let's go to that left side. Just a little bit of a rollout here. This side feels a teensy bit tight, so I'm just going to do a little bit of some rolls back and forth here. All right, and once you feel like your calves are pretty good here, we're going to go ahead and let's grab our block and also our little peanut. And like I said in the intro part of this video, you can take 2 tennis balls, put them inside a long sock, and then you're just gonna tie off the sock and you have made a little peanut for yourself. So with the block, you're gonna go ahead and place your little peanut on the block. And we're going to start by rolling out the gastrocnemius, so that runs down the back of the leg as 2 bellies until about halfway down the leg. So it's a little bit higher, and it's kind of that meaty section here. And all you're going to do is you're just going to do some tiny rolls back and forth. Now, as dancers, we are utilizing our calves often. We use our calves when we're jumping, when we do our releves. Those muscles are working intensely. So for some of you, this is going to feel pretty tight. So if you come across any tightness or knots, you're just going to stay right here. And then maybe you point and flex through the foot you're working on. Good, so when we put our foot through some active motions like pointing and flexing, you can start to feel those muscles working, and we can begin to release any of the knots or adhesions that we have in the calf. All right. And you can keep going here if you'd like, but I'm feeling pretty good. So we're gonna go down now into the soleus. The soleus is just a little bit lower here. Kind of not at the Achilles tendon, but just a little bit lower here. And that's a really deep muscle. It lies pretty deep. And it's important for plantar flexion of the ankle, and it also helps to steady the leg upon the foot that is standing, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and roll that out. Ooh. So for me, my soleus is feeling pretty tight, especially because I've been running around all day, I've been on my feet all day, I've also been demoing for the kids as well. So my muscles have really been put to good use during recital week, yeah. And again, if you want to do some pointing and flexing of the feet, you are welcome to do that here. You can even do some circles if you'd like as well, going one way and then the other. And again, if you come across any tightness, some knots or adhesions, I like to go a little bit more intense, so I like to cross my legs on top of one another. Just taking a deep breath here. Good, and just continue, rolling here. Oh goodness. So let's just take one more cycle here. All right, and once you feel like that side's pretty good, you can go ahead and switch to the other side. So we'll just start at the gastrocnemius, that's the meaty part of the muscle. Good, and just start to do some small little rolls. You might need to make some adjustments, especially if your little peanut is on a block. You can also remove the block as well. You don't have to have a block for this, but for me it's just a little bit helpful to elevate the floor a little bit. Let me know in the comments section if you are a dancer or a dance teacher. Let me know if this video was beneficial for you. And also let me know if you just completed recital season and you made it through. Okay, good. So now I'm gonna go a little bit lower down into the soleus. And we're just gonna go ahead and roll that out here. Ooh, goodness, yep. This is the #1 spot for me. And you can use as much pressure as you'd like or as little pressure as you'd like. So the intensity is totally up to you. And in general, you're rolling for about 30 to 90 seconds here. Just to get out any of the knots so that those can fully release here. All right, take one more cycle here. Oh, we almost forgot to point and flex through the foot. And once you feel like that's complete, go ahead and release, and we'll set our props off to the side. And then we're just going to do just a couple stretches here for the feet and calves. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and tuck the toes, and we're going to start to sit on the heels, okay? And the pinky toe kind of likes to hide. So you're just going to unfold that little toe so it curls forward. And all we're going to do is just sit here. So this is really stretching out the bottom of the foot that we just rolled out here, that plantar fascia. We're just going to stay here for 3 breaths. Deep inhale in. Deep exhale out. Deep inhale in. Exhale out. And then last breath on your own. All right, and then we'll start to come out, untuck the toes. You can tap the toes down here. And then last thing is we're gonna stand up and just stretch out the calves down. You can hold on to a wall if you'd like. I think that's what I'm gonna do today. And we'll just step that right foot back and just take a calf stretch here. Make sure your toes are pointed forward. And we're really working to bring that heel down. Your heel does not have to touch the ground, but we're thinking of that energetic reach with that back heel going towards the mat. Draw that belly in towards the spine. We're going to stay here for 2 more breaths. All right, and then the last thing, we'll switch to that other side, stepping that left foot back. Good. And just taking that calf stretch here on the other side. Just 2 more breaths here. And then go ahead and come out of this. And there you guys have it. Now your feet and calves now have some relief and you're now fully recovered from recital week. So thank you guys so much for joining me. If this video helped you, leave a comment down below telling me what you thought about this video. And then if you also liked it, be sure to give it a thumbs up and make sure to go follow Mindful Dancers on Facebook, Instagram, Blue Sky, and TikTok. I make awesome content over there. And also don't forget to subscribe to the Mindful Dancers channel for more awesome content coming your way. Thank you guys once again for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everybody.